dude. Nobody can see your screen yet. What's up?
Okay. Okay.
As soon as I said that, I put your screen up. There we go. Now nobody can see your screen. But what's up, everybody? My name is Sebastian Bleak, and we're off the clock. Today we're off the clock with Mr. Gary, Freehand Prophet Lockwood. What's cracking, bro?
I'm live, man. How you doing?
This shit is dope, right? So now, man, I want to see your workflow shit, bro. You gonna show me your workflow shit?
Yeah. We're gonna show you some Illustrator vibes today, right?
Yes.
All right. Let's go right into it. So we're gonna show them some of the Guerrilla Art Squadron work today.
Yeah. So what is this thing about, man? I already know about it, so I feel weird asking you about it, but just in case somebody ends up watching this, let them know what the Guerrilla Art Squadron is.
Yeah, sure. So the Guerrilla Art Squadron was a series of designs that I developed during a year-long daily creative project called Mass 365. And so every day for a year, I made or designed a mask and published it through my website and blog. And one of the bodies of work throughout that year was the Guerrilla Art Squadron, and it's actually a series of more than 100 different, usually animals, sometimes characters, and different type of creatures, or even there's a Bentley gas mask, so they're all gas masks. And what I can do right now is probably pull some of those up.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
To show you some examples of that. It's right in there in the Googlies. So some of these.
Hey, dude, I like that you Googled it anyway, because like, you know me and like trying to post stuff. I have a weird history with that, but like, so my portfolio is Google.
Yes.
So it's kind of cool to see that you're doing something similar to that too.
I'm saying like the most people know the sneaker mask work. Let's just go ahead. I mean, there's the portfolio. Like,
Yep.
that's what folks are looking for.
Yep.
So that's what they find. So the Guerrilla Art Squadron. Let's pull up one of my favorites, the Pitbull. So this series, it's always really crisp, clean lines. It started off with as few colors as possible, and then I kind of left that behind. But they're usually mirrored. So what it is it'll start off with a sketch, usually of just half of a face, and then once I bring that sketch into Illustrator as a scan, I would recreate it. Usually using the pen tool. I mean, that's my go-to. But also some of the shape tools to make some of the objects, like the air canister.
When you, I mean, I used to see you do these, but when you would draw, I didn't remember that. When you used to sketch them, you used to just sketch half of it?
Yeah, I would actually draw a line down the sheet of paper, just like you'll see me do in Illustrator. Like, I'll make a center line so I can see that that center line.
Oh, that's dope.
And that mirrored side.
That's dope, because I knew you did it I knew you did the half thing in Illustrator, but for some reason I thought you drew the whole thing, picked the best side, and then kind of that type of thing.
Sometimes it was kind of like that. Sometimes it was like I would sketch out the overall shape, and then like one side would be like that's the way I want it to look, and then I just wouldn't worry about fixing the other side, or even finishing the other side. I was like, okay, well, this is how I want it to look. I'll make it perfect in Illustrator. I mean, and that's why I fell in love with Illustrator. Like, the stuff that I wanted to see crisp and strong and extra perfect. I mean, as a perfectionist, like, that's what Illustrator's for, right?
Precision.
Like, you want clean, yeah, like, that's what it's for. So,
hey, real quick too, dude, I was gonna ask you before, I don't want to lose this question I got for you. You know, when you were doing this, we were at the t-shirt shop still when you were doing these, right?
Yes. Yeah,
right, so
we were doing at least 40 to 60 hours a week. And then a daily project, and then little did you know you were starting your weekly project at that same time, pretty much.
Yep. But because all right, so when I look at these, I'm like, all right, this dude, he went this style kind of because we're used to doing T-shirts and screen printing and stuff like that. Did that kind of like force you to like stick to like minimal colors or anything like that, or why'd you end up going with less colors?
I'm sure that's probably where that comes from, but then it was also frustrating because, like, I mean, even as somebody who printed T-shirts, like, I never printed more than 4 colors on a shirt.
Right.
And like, even if I limited myself to 8, it would look really good with 9.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So like these do have limited palettes, but as they progressed, I definitely like played with the line, because later on, I even pulled some into Photoshop and shaded them that way. And actually, some of the early ones, I even did very basic shading using gradients in Illustrator.
Right on. Well, it's dope, man. It's dope. Man, you already know I like your shit anyway, so.
Well, you have to say that because,
Nah, it's super dope. But the walrus one is for sure, like, I think my favorite. I think of a couple of them, but the walrus one always comes to mind.
You got, you still have my screen showing?
Yeah. Your bits are out up for everybody to see, bro.
I think I did some manscaping before I hopped back on while I was downloading.
Oh, the elephant too, man. I'm tripping. There's so many, dude. It's a game.
Yeah, well, I mean, you named 2 out of 3 of my Guerrilla Art Squadron tattoos, so yeah, I'm pretty partial to the walrus. One of these days, I'm gonna find the right excuse to make one out of sneakers.
The rhino one's dope. Oh, and that, I know this isn't the Guerrilla Art Squad, but is that Zoe modeling that one, or do I just
in this one,
the glow in the dark one right there?
Oh, the blacklight joint? There's actually nobody underneath that.
Ah, okay. I don't know why I thought Zoe did that shoot with you.
He did. Yes, hold on. I can show you again. I Google everything, bro. Even here's
Thank
one.
you, man. You make me feel less insecure about me Googling my own shit. That's how I keep track of everything, dude.
Like, and look, if I'm not doing, here's one. If I'm not doing it that way, then I'm doing it through my blog.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, he modeled this one too. I don't know where that shot is.
He did a couple of those mask style ones. That's probably why I just
here you go.
Him all of them. That one's dope.
Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting, like, what comes up when you Google that, because like that's definitely my Prez One collaboration. There's Zoe performing. All right, back to the grind. So today I think we're gonna do something a little bit simpler, because I would get lost in those. So I'm gonna show you guys something I did a little recently.
Cool.
We'll just open this one. There it is. So here's a rose gas mask that I designed using the same method.
She's clean as fuck,
a little bit
dude.
simpler. Yeah, I love this one. This one was for the Rosewood collab. So kind of obvious sneaker gas mask show at Rosewood in San Diego.
Yeah, but it's done super clean though. Like, I get the concept might be a little bit on the nose for a Gary project, but
well, I think what you're tapping into is that I'm used to doing bells and whistles. Like, bells and whistles is my go-to. If I pared it down this far, I give it some serious consideration. Whereas like some people, simple comes quick and easy, and other people you start with like everything in the world and you pare it down to like just those 3 ingredients, and you're like, bam.
No, I feel it, man. It's cool, and I still see you in there, like the way you did the shading for the canisters.
Right.
Like, that's straight up Gary all day. Like, aside from the subject matter, you know what I mean?
Right. I dig it. I love it. So I've done a few like that. I did like a light bulb, and I think today, I'm kind of thinking we'll do a skull.
Cool.
I mean, let's keep it classy,
Hey, man.
or classic rather. So once again, pop over to Google. Just make sure you get some reference. I like to go with the old school stuff.
Nice.
We got a whole bunch of books of this stuff too when we're doing drawings, but when you're standing in front of the computer, it's easier to just pull it up.
Yeah, I think you're the one that put me on game about getting anatomy books.
Yeah, look, I mean,
I know it's not a super secret, but you were pretty much the first one I seen, that put me on game for that.
actually pull the trigger and put money behind it.
Yeah.
I think that's why I married Betsy, is because she's even harder on books than I am, or more strict about her books.
Oh, and a little side note, bro.
But I'm getting it back. Look in her eye like.
Hey, real quick though, too. I just saw you create a mask for that. Just so you know, in the new version of Illustrator, they added a crop tool.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to really play around with it.
Release clipping. So let's do that again. See.
I haven't. Yeah.
I gotta find it though, right?
Yeah, I haven't even played around with it yet, man. I'm gonna end up doing a little demo on it this week.
Oh, nice. Okay. See, I don't even see it.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in here in the.
To be real, dude, I haven't even located. I just saw the update, and I read it real quick, and I was like, oh, there it is. There's some people frustrated with it though, so I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. Yeah, then.
Yeah, stay with yours
back.
right now. Yeah, once I get it worked out, bro, I'll put you on game.
Bet. All right. So I'm gonna keep that off to the side. Okay, here. So this is like a resource layer. This first one I'm just laying down, and I like to pop in some funky colored center stripe.
Nice.
And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna duplicate this layer. And I do that actually usually I'll base it off of a sketch. So I'll have 2 copies of my sketch at like 50%, one beneath what I'm working on, and one over top as like a light transparency.
Nice.
And next time we do a Photoshop one, I'll show you that, because that's how I did that video comic that I was telling you about.
Dope.
All right, so we got that. We're gonna lock those into place, and we're gonna add our working layer. I'm horrible. I should be doing good things like labeling.
You want to have good document hygiene, bro.
Yes. I haven't saved this yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Look at you being responsible.
And so this I should note, this is actually going to be the second skull gas mask that I'm doing. The other one was part of Guerrilla Art Squadron, and oops, I typed that in wrong. There we go. There it is. There's the OG. So we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to simplify it. And like I said, the first thing I would normally do is I'd be working with off of a sketch, usually a pencil sketch. I like to scan something basic in, but I am working on my Wacom.
Nice.
So let's do this the right way. Does that throw off your view from the camera at all?
Nah, you're good.
Good. All right. I am going to just be honest. I'm pulling up Photoshop because I'll sketch quicker.
Sweet.
That way. And close this group because I'm all done with my video work. Doesn't really matter because it's just like drawing on a napkin. But I'm not drawing on a napkin with a cloud brush. Let me get my go-to. So if I'm describing my workflow, I should mention these last 2 brushes in my palette are pretty similar One's a little bit harder, which means it has a sharper edge. They're a little bit different sizes, but they are also set to pressure sensitivity because I always loved drawing with brush pens so that I could go with lines that go from that to that.
Nice.
So we're just drawing a skull real quick. I do want to put that down. Excuse me, I'm drawing a skull from just the memory of having it on the other screen.
Bro, you're the freehand prophet, man. So we kind of expect you to do a freehand. You know what I mean?
It's good to have the reference, though.
Yeah, please. No, I could never do this, dude. So I gotta give you a hard time.
Good, please do, because that way I'll come even harder the next time. That's what she said.
I was gonna say pause.
We just finished rewatching the Office in the studio.
Uh-huh.
So I've been listening to Michael Scott for.
Oh man. Well, I listen to a bunch of East Coast radio shows or podcasts, so I always hear him say pause for everything. So now I said, now I gotta say it.
Some of the New York fans during the live feed were swearing up and down that I had to be from New York. A, because my taste in music, and every time someone wanted me to shout out like Queens or Brooklyn, I was like, dead ass be.
Yeah, I was gonna tweet that dead ass. I'm gonna use the word dead ass this year.
Dead ass. Dead ass.
OD.
Right,
Did you say OD?
I'm thinking now that we did side canister. I always like to switch it up because gas mask comes in all these different shapes. So I did the classic style. I'm gonna round this out and make it look like one of those big cheeky gas masks.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good right there. I dig that. Something super, super basic. The rest will come in. Just copying and pasting, except for, remember how I said it should be in the base layer. Set to 50%. I'm actually going to keep it small. If I was doing one of the big detailed ones, I'd blow it up bigger. But I've started working smaller even in Illustrator.
Yeah.
So that I don't get too detailed, especially for all of the the pins that I've been doing lately.
That's cool.
There's that. Perfect. Now I can get into it with the pen tool. Pick a side to go from. I'm going to go with the left side.
Oh, that's interesting. So you don't always go with one side.
No,
That's dope.
It really is based on whatever side of the sketch I think looks better.
That's dope, man.
And
That's
if it's
dope.
toss up, then I usually go left side.
I give you props, man. So because when we were working on Mirror Me for Stoop Graphics,
Yeah.
it was seeming like I don't know. It seemed like people that were right-handed wanted to always draw on the right side. People that were left-handed
Really?
always wanted to draw on the left side. And me,
Huh.
I kind of do like how you said, like whichever side, lends itself more to the project.
Right. I think that does. Oh, that's interesting. I wouldn't have guessed it. All right. So and now I'm blocking in some of the big areas of color. And I have my reference off to the side if I want to get funky. Of course, because I am doing symmetrical stuff, anything that's like close to straight, I make sure it's exactly 90 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Throw a few of those in there. Let's see. That I can do later. The teeth, I gotta decide whether I'm gonna do individually or as a group. And I think because of the amount of detail, we're gonna throw in an outline here. Let's see. Switch back to this. Nope, cutting that off. This guy's gonna have 6 teeth across the top.
That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, that seems to be good. I'm gonna just bring it out a little bit more. Actually, I like that shape that made. We'll pop that in there. We'll bring it back down. In fact, so we got the first shape that I will mirror. And make sure I got the whole thing selected. And then I use the O command because that's the reflect tool.
Yeah.
Holding down Alt and then Shift, so I'm not only flipping it, I'm also copying it.
Mm-hmm.
Bam.
Dope.
Beautiful.
That's dope.
Now let's go ahead and give him his crown. Put a little. So I think I just did the right-handed guy move and started from the left working to the right. Is that right?
You're doing a left-handed move now.
Left-handed move. Good. See?
That's what I'm saying. You're dope. You're ambidextrous with your design style.
I think that actually comes from the mask making because I don't work with just one hand anymore with the sculpture. It's both hands. So.
Hey, dude, I feel you. I'm trying to be like that too. With, how I design stuff with my tablet and everything. It just makes sense to go back and forth instead of having all the work being done by one hand. You already know that could take a toll on you.
Oh Lord, it still does. I need to keep up with my physical therapy and my yoga.
Yep.
Because it will take a toll.
That shit is super important. You said physical therapy and yoga. It sounds like some whatever.
Sounds
shit.
soft.
Yeah, it sounds soft. It sounds like some hippie shit.
Let's say it. It sounds soft.
Yeah, I was gonna say some hippie shit, but yeah, you're right. It sounds soft.
Yeah.
But that shit, man.
I'm cool with that too.
But it works, dude. I remember, dude. You couldn't even move your hand, dude. I remember It
was so bad. I mean, we were driving all over LA. I was buying everything I could just to try to, ease the pain. The what was the physical therapy tape that I was putting on my arms for months on end. But thank God. All right, so I got these. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Make sure I group it so that it centers the whole group.
It's looking like a thing, bro. It's looking like a thing.
It's starting to look like a thing. It was feeling a little sketch when I was doing the sketch. Is that why it's called that? All right, let me add some highlights back in. I think that might have to come out a little bit more. Let's just throw in big old Chevy cheek canister. Pull that in a little. Yeah, I like that. Being bad, I didn't close my shape. There we go. And then, let's see. I'm trying to think how that's gonna go. I don't usually pull out the pencil, but it worked really well on a design the other day, so we're gonna go to it. Let's see if I can't get that curve. Alright, I'm sure that was really ugly. That was bad form there.
Nah, it's cool, man. I was gonna tell you too, when you're using the pencil tool, you could actually change the settings in there to make it smoother or more rigid if you need to.
Yes. I have my blob brush dialed in to almost like my those go-to brushes I showed you in Photoshop. So I can almost, brush pen freehand it right in. Well, look, I'll show you. Why am I talking about it?
Yeah, let's do it.
So I'm going to draw in the teeth lines, and we may use it, we may not. Bam.
Nice.
So, I can go in and do, actually what I'd probably rather do is keep everything sharp, because everything else is so pristine. So if I were to do those lines, I would probably do them right about there. And since that's actually working out in our favor, well, we'll cut it down. There we go. We'll put those lines in ourselves.
Nice.
Cut that down. Edge that into the darkness. Alright, so here's a little gray area for me. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. It looks like it worked.
Cool.
So we're good there. I think that stroke needs to be a little bit lighter. Should be good. And as promised, we're going to go in and these
Look
lines.
at you, line tool, awesome.
Bouncing around, you like that, right?
Oh, it's good stuff, man. Good use of your tools panel.
I think your little Skype window, bam! Select the same stroke and width. I just need those though. Put that on. We'll dial these in. We'll clip any uglies later. I also keep wanting to see a shadow right over here. If I'm ranting or mumbling to myself, let me know.
Nah, dude, you're good, man. You're good.
Okay.
You can't hear, but I got music playing for you in the background. When you watch
Good.
When you watch the replay, you'll hear the music going.
Good. I hope it's something sexy.
It is. It's by my friend the Monster.
Oh, yeah.
My friend the Monster. Shout out to the Monster. Now you know Monster, Godfather, big homie.
Yeah. All right, where were we? Let's see. Oh, this needs a little vent bubble. So I'm gonna make it over here first because it's easier to make it straight and then twist it about.
Okay.
Wow. I want it to start right there, and then I'm going to do that. copying and merging it, and then Control D to duplicate what I just did.
Nice.
Makes everything nice and clean. I like that better than the blend tool.
Yeah, sometimes you get weird separations.
Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I use that too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, for something like this, I would definitely do it with the transform again. That's dope.
Right, so now I have, in fact, I should probably be doing it over here on the gray so you guys can see really what's going on. But I'm gonna hack in here, copy that, paste it in front. Give it a stroke. Pause. Put it on the outside though. And just because we're showing off, let's give it. This is the favorite thing to do. Let's give it 2 strokes.
Nice.
Actually, we're in here. Let's go ahead and have at it. We're gonna get it.
I like it, dude. You're in the appearance panel, adding multiple appearances. I'm impressed, Gary. You came to play, bro.
Well, look, you're asking me to do the thing that I do.
I dig it, man.
So that is a little air vent for the side, except for I forgot that we were going on the white surface, so it needs to have, that one's alright. We're gonna get rid of that.
Dude, that was like probably NSL 1, right? Playing around with the appearance panel like that?
I think so. that was the Tilde Break of Dawn joint, right?
Yeah. Oh, that was that. No, the Tilde Break of Dawn was holding down the tilde key. Holding down the tilde key to make a bunch of copies of stuff.
That's right. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and expand the appearance on this. I'm gonna outline the stroke. Then I'm going to go back and expand the appearance again because sometimes it needs to be told twice. I'm also going to come into the Pathfinder tool and merge them so this object is as I want it. Then I'm going to, it looks like it has a little warp to it. Let's look at an arc. Except I don't want it horizontal, I want it vertical. That's going the wrong way, so twist it that way. Sure, it's a little funky, but you know.
Man, I'm liking that you're warping object. I actually just did a video on that like probably 3 months ago, and I was surprised that it's just warping an object isn't something they think of right away. They would think of like warping text or something. You think of that right away, but.
Right. Well, and here's the trick too. I have it to where I think I want it how I want it to look, but I need to expand the appearance before I rotate it into place. Because otherwise the warp would apply to the shape as it was twisted, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel you.
That looks a little funky, but maybe it's just about where it lies. We'll see. Sometimes you gotta see, that looks better.
Yep.
And this is OTC. This isn't on the clock.
We off the clock, bro. We off the clock.
We have fun. Ain't nobody gonna tell me client doesn't like this little thing here. What is this?
We can say bad words without worrying about scouts.
Oh, right. Scouts.
You remember scouts?
How about this? How about our dude who delivered UPS at Imprint was tuned into the live feed.
Oh, are you serious?
When Chop last week. Yes.
That dude's super cool.
Up. I was like, you popped in. What's his name? You said Steve is his name?
Yep.
And then Charlton was in. I was like, geez. With Betsy filming it, we just needed Martin to pop in.
I know. I just be in there trying to troll Betsy. All day. I just be in there. She does a great job ignoring me.
Man, I tell you what, I think you have some competition there.
I be trolling Betsy and she's good at ignoring me.
She's good at ignoring the trolls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because one day I kept telling her I kept saying for you to do a Payless shoe gas mask, and she was not feeling it. She didn't give me no play. I just got the cold shoulder.
I tell you, you know what gets play is ones we haven't heard, and like the Payless or the Skechers or the Heelys. That we get that.
I was just saying, bro, they're going out of business, man. It's gonna be like it's gonna be a historical piece, bro.
Like Twinkies, though.
They cost like Twinkies.
Like you're just gonna see Payless shoes at Walmart. Like none of these cats are really going out of business. Actually, I like that. So like instead of the row of teeth underneath, or drawing all the teeth out, I just did that little highlight.
Little suggestion.
It looks like Crossbones.
I dig it.
From Marvel.
There you go.
And then we want to see how it looks.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. When you first started off, I was getting like a Cobra vibe. I don't know what's that dude's name that he had like a metal face.
Oh yeah. Destro.
All right, I was gonna say if his name's Metal Face, I'm gonna.
Metal Face. You're thinking of a different villain.
Yeah.
MF Doom.
Nah, it looks clean, dude.
Let's give him a little like reflection in his chromy dome. But let's make it easy. Give him something like that, and then I'm gonna center it. And then I only want to be working on this object. It doesn't need a stroke. And I'm busting out the eraser.
Nice.
Bam, bam, bam.
Dude, you don't play around, man. I like that.
All over the place, right?
Because people are scared to use the eraser, man. I'm like, for what? They like. I'm not saying every tool is great for everything, but dude, they each have their little use, man.
It's just a reverse blob brush.
Yeah, it's a reverse blob brush. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
That's too big.
I'm trying to look at your Instagram right now. I want to see that live thing you're talking about.
Oh yeah. You mean the video inside the comic?
Yeah.
I can pull it up. Actually, what am I talking about? I can show you my screen. Here we go. Is this the one? Yeah. It's not that. Here we go. So there it is, Sebastian.
Dope.
Pencil sketch, colored in Photoshop, and then hold on. Play that again, and then video of the deconstruction of those shoes.
Nice.
Put into that.
That's slick, bro. That's slick. What'd you do? Mask it off or what? How'd you do that?
Yeah. Yes, it was a mask layer made using cloud brushes.
That makes sense. Damn, that's dope. That's a great use. You did that in Photoshop?
Yep.
That makes sense.
Photoshop.
Ah, that's dope. That's super dope.
So that worked. That came out pretty quick, and it was just a quick for fun. A few got a release that I did a mask for, and they have a super limited all black version for friends and family that they're like giving away. So I did a little example of how folks could win the rare pair.
That's dope, dude. And the drawing was pretty accurate.
Thank you. I mean, as far as my face.
Just the madman on the couch.
Yeah. That's the truth.
Madman on the couch. And Booter's walking by with something that could either melt or explode.
Yeah. She's my the beautiful assistant to the magician.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Igor, but that was gonna sound awful. So. Beautiful magician's assistant.
Yeah.
Instead.
The only thing missing is like one of the beasts being in the way as she's trying to walk by.
Oh. You know what? I should just grab one of them up. The boys are in their crates because they got a little amped up.
They've been running around doing
outside.
stuff.
Yeah, they on one. Plus, I want them to reserve their energy. We have a new light up ball that once the sun goes down, we're gonna go play. Let me grab the cat real quick.
Yeah, Digby. Shout out to Digby. Shout out to Digby, the dignified homie, the dapper guy. Where's he at? I see something moving back there. Oh!
Oh my gosh.
The dapper homie. Look, he's laid out, man.
He was taking a nap, so.
Man, sorry, I wasn't even showing your screen. There we go.
There we go.
I can see you now.
Hi,
What up,
don't
Big?
focus on Sean.
Dude, I know. Oh man, look at him, dude. He's laid out. What was he doing? He was asleep?
He was sleeping. Straight screeping.
This fool. Get up, get to work, buddy. Get a job.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So did we cover all our bases there?
Yeah, man, you good.
Good. Well, I'm glad we did that. And when are we doing the Photoshop one?
Hey, fool. Nah, that shit was dope. Real quick, though. Before I don't know if we're done yet. So yeah, can you mind showing the final product real quick, just again?
Absolutely. And we can keep going if you want.
Nah, man, it's good.
I can
That's
keep
good.
Tweaking this and showing other tools.
Nah, this is
In
dope.
fact, it looks a little bit funny. I'm gonna just show one more.
Yeah, do it.
So I have everything grouped, and I have a copy of it. I'm now pasting it behind, and I'm going to make sure it's grouped. Expand the appearance, outline all the strokes. I really wish there was a key command for outlining strokes. You know one?
Yes. So you have to create one. You can
Fair
go.
enough.
You go in there.
will-
You create your own keyboard shortcut for it. It'll be in the menu section, and you'll be able to find it there and just apply one to it. You can do all kind of weird stuff, man. You can even apply keyboard shortcuts to your opacity values, the stroke weights, all that stuff.
Right, I should know. So I totally messed that up. I don't know what I did there. So we're going back to when it looked nice. That looks pretty good. I think I know what I did. I think it's built, and I think some of that is transparent. So I'm going to show some of my gross cut arounds to solving that problem.
Cool.
Everything is in there. It looks how I want it to look. Path, outline, stroke, one more time. We're going to merge this. Get rid of that outside layer. Now we have that. Copy it, paste it behind, merge it together. Still doing that. Why is that? Let's see. Because I'm in the group. There we go. Copy that. Paste it behind.
Damn, dude,
There
it's
we go.
crazy
That's
how
what I'm looking for.
I'm just looking at how the pathfinding functions add all these anchor points to you. It's crazy.
Oh, right. Well, and I can go in and clean that up a little bit later, but right now I just want to kind of thicken that outer stroke. And then, yeah, this guy looks pretty cool. These lines look too thin, though.
Yeah.
Boom. Maybe one more. Nope. There it is. Maybe. Almost. Almost.
Do it up, fool. It's fun watching you do this shit anyway, man.
Okay, good. If you guys aren't in any rush, then I'll just let the neurosis out and clean this stuff up. Like this. Like, what is this grossness?
And yeah, and the only reason I mentioned the anchor point thing is because Astute Graphics got me, always looking at that stuff because they got that brush that removes them.
Oh, right, most definitely. What I want to do now is stop working on 2 of them because I don't need to. I'm getting rid of some of this excess stuff. And I'll just copy over the final version once it's all cleaned up. Come on. Here we go. Perfect.
Yeah, and it's cool to see, man, because I already knew you knew your stuff, but it's cool to see how versatile you are with these. Like, not seeing you stuck on one.
It's good to hear because I thought I kind of like stumble through stuff.
Nah, you good, man.
Good. There's always a little bit of disconnect, no matter what. So, I guess it's always problem solving for me. Yeah. So, because I see the problems, I don't always see myself solving them in the moment. If that makes any sense at all.
Okay.
I think. Let's do this. There we go. That's going to be enough. That copied. I'm gonna actually pull out so I can see that. Copy in front. Get that reflect tool in there. Bam. Group them, center them. Oops. Let's make sure that it is the artboard. Alright, so that is centered. Let's do this. Let's clean it up, right? So let's say, okay, I'm happy with this. This is how it's going to be forever and always.
Right.
Expanding appearances is my first, then path, outline, strokes. This usually comes in because I usually have like say like a color halftone effect applied to a gradient, so it gives it like that halftone gradient pattern, or I have some pattern that I've made applied to something, so I want the objects inside that pattern outlined, so when I merge it, it looks exactly how it looks here. Did the outline stroke? Yeah, I did the outline stroke, and then I go back to expand. Yes, we're good. Merge. Everything looks great. I do not only Control like S to save it every now and then, but I also do Control C to kind of copy it, because sometimes I just need that again. And then what I do, come in here with my subtraction, remove anchor tool, clean up some of the uglies.
Yeah, this is cool because this is like the not glamorous shit that a lot of people don't show, so it's dope.
Yeah, it's basically the Adobe Illustrator equivalent of popping zips or like pulling blackheads.
Yeah, and it's like it's important to show that because people don't really realize, like they think that the software takes care of all the heavy lifting, so it should do everything, right?
Oh, right.
But now it does the heavy lifting, and you got to go in there and clean up all the little bits in there.
So, yeah, let's kind of try to clean some of that up. And let's see Simplify will allow us to do preview always. That's gross. You don't want that. I'm gonna allow some straight lines. I don't want that. Although that looks pretty cool. That's like a whole style now.
Yeah.
Whole poly stuff. Curve precision. We want it higher. Yeah. I might even do that at like the
max it out.
The 99%. Because it cleaned up a lot of anchor points along the bottom.
Yep.
Didn't tweak it too much. And then your result should be pretty simple piece. Looks pretty good.
Looks great,
Not
man.
too bad.
Let me
And
see.
then, yeah.
Cool. Let me see. Go. Hit the F key a couple times. There you go. That's pretty, bro.
Yeah, let's show them something, or let's give them something that they can post. Let's do document setup. Of course, that's an old habit that I do every now and then. Still going to document setup to change the size of the artboard.
Shift O.
Right? And we're not printing this. Oops. That's why. The Skype window throws me off. I'm like, I can normally see the that toolbox. Okay, stroke. I kind of want to see what this looks like with. Where am I? Edit colors. There we go. Not bad, not bad. And yeah, simple, small. Kind of looks like a skull stormtrooper.
Yeah, I get that vibe.
Or like the super villains that are like they have a big dome of fluid and they're just like floating inside of it.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm with it. Cool, bro.
What's up, Dano? We got somebody in the chat. It's cracking. We're just finishing up though, man. So make sure you check out the VOD so you can see all this awesome stuff that Gary did earlier. Let's see. What's up, bro? Oh, throw up your website one more time, man. Just
yeah. It's freehandprofit.com. We're gonna pull that up right now.
Because what I'm gonna do is end up throwing this on my YouTube channel afterwards, and like if somebody watches it, they're gonna be wanting to see what's up. Oh, there we go. There we go.
So yeah.
Mask life.
Mask life for sure. Mask life and slow internet connection, as you can see. But yeah, check out freehandprofit.com. It's everything you need on the sneaker mask tip.
I love it. All right, for sure, bro.
The shop. There's the blog. More than 150 masks on there. Appreciate it, Sebastian. Always good hanging and talking with you, brother.
Yeah, man, for sure, bro. So what I'm gonna do is, let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the broadcast, but I'll go ahead and post this up, man. And then what's up? You down to do this again next week on Photoshop?
Next week, isn't that when I'm gonna be in town?
Yep.
Oh no, I guess next week would be the 17th.
Yeah. So I got you down for the 17th for Photoshop. If you with it.
Bet. Yes.
All right, cool. I got you down.
Next week.
Yeah, we'll do that. And dude, thanks for the demo, man. That shit was super cool, dude.
No problem.
It was cool being
and,
able to watch
maybe
you.
we can get a little feedback in the rest of your broadcast. See if they want if they want digital illustration or if they want photo editing techniques like mask photos versus you know, like that comic illustration that I did.
Oh, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. And then
with one of those, we can even do both.
Yeah, let's do both. I mean, dude, I had fun watching you do your thing today. That I was just kind of like, whatever you want to do, man. I'm with it. Like I could, you know, I should have planned for more time because I was just like, I could have watched you do that for like another hour or so.
Hey, look, you know, we'll just keep doing them. We'll just keep doing them.
All right, man. And
So,
Dano, I see you're asking if we can help you out with Photoshop. Man, we'd be happy to. We're actually just signing off though right now. So make sure you hit me up on Twitter. I got my Twitter info on the screen. You could also check out my YouTube channel. I got a bunch of tutorials on Photoshop there. And we'll be back soon. So, but yeah, so go ahead and check out the video on demand. Thanks, Gary, for doing this, man. I really appreciate it, bro.
Thank you, Sebastian.
All right, guys.
Soon,
I'm gonna stop the stream now. See you guys later.